Yo, 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 Enough is Normal podcast. It's your host, Spittinks, back at you with another episode, man. Now, before I get into today's episode, these gentlemen to my left, I want to take a moment for Kevin Johnson. He just lost his son, Rasan. It's crazy, the backstory between me and Kev. I say back in like 2007, 2008, he had moved to the community. He had moved to Oak. And as you can see, it's hard to even get this out because I'm a father, so I can only imagine what he's going through right now and the thoughts transpiring through his head. And I just want to say a prayer, but a little backstory with me and him. We all know, at a certain point in my life, I was I was a knucklehead, so he had moved to the community. And, he was from that side of the county center. We from this side of the county center at the time. So it was like, okay, he out here. And us being young, the way he carried himself, you would think like he would be a little bit more mild-mannered. He used to come to the porch and just look both ways and just ice grill. And I just was throwing me off. And we'd be on B Street like, man, who the fuck is whoop-de-whoop? And shout out to Ice, that's my right-hand man. He got a lot of family from that projects. Winthrop, he's a person, so his older cousin Lamont, which is like big bro or uncle to me. I asked him about him. He like, yo, listen, that's my childhood friend. I ain't gonna tell you what not to do, but it's not gonna go like that. Like everything that you telling me, that's him. So then one day I was in White Plains at the Milk Bar. And I wasn't even old enough to get in.
Bringing my shit back.
He introduced us, and one of the most kind, warm, loving individuals I ever met in my life. And from there, we was like this. So when I seen that, and I even remember his son when he was young, living in the town. And, I just want to give a rest in peace to Rasan Johnson. My heart goes out to you and your family, moms, everybody. Yeah, with that being said, man, Black Vanity, baby.
Yes.
Thanks. It's good love.
Appreciate you having us.
Now you notice when I dapped him up, I know y'all saw Instagram when Anthony Joshua dapped up The Rock and Kevin Hart was in the building. He's like, I disappeared. Oh man, Black Vanity, who we got to the left, man? Introduce yourself.
Yeah. Oaklin Winthrop, formerly known as Loose Cannons, White Plains, New York. Big Mount Vernon pride, and one half of the Black Vanity family.
Wow. Yeah. Sure. Want to check in.
I know this guy.
Black Vanity representative, White Plains.
Yeah.
Shit. Nothing else work except work. Let's get
the
it.
usual. Now, before we get into your history, me and Shorts had a conversation before. Check out episode 3. He had him up here, and we was getting into the motions. We got into some good topics, and we got a chance to learn them a little bit more. But now, we're gonna go no freaky, a little deeper than that.
Let's get it.
Before we get into the interview, who you guys are individually, what does Black Vanity mean?
Black Vanity, shit. Black pride, Black excellence,
right?
Black standard.
For sure.
We're here to redefine dope. Nothing else worked except work. If you've ever been the underdog, count it out. You are Black Vanity.
Okay.
I piggyback everything Shaw says, and really just being proud to be Black, and not just Black, but be you.
Right.
I think as Black men and as Black people, sometimes we in white America, and sometimes we it's challenging being your complete self, even if you work in white America, and at the job site, you can't, you got to speak a certain way, you got to move a certain way, you got to dress a certain way. That's not necessarily who we are outside of work, which is fine. Professionalism is great. I'm not saying don't be professional, but just owning being Black, owning being you, and being prideful about it. Our movement is real positive, and it's we comfortable being who we are, and we comfortable owning it, And
it shows in y'all confidence because you see y'all like from the outside looking in, y'all look confident, and confidence it comes off wrong to people who aren't confident. It's like a loss. Like being confident is it's like a bad thing.
That's what I try to make it seem.
It's crazy. And as y'all can see, man, I got this dope, long story short.
Yeah, that's
what
that's long story short merch. It's all under the umbrella though, but that's the Indestructible Man hoodie.
It looked like I had an action figure that looked just like like a cross between Bulldog and Jax from But you know, I'm fucking with it, you got the action figure joint, but it's fire.
I think Huey P. Newton, artwork dude, did that.
It's a powerful man. It's a powerful guy. Don't let this fool you, man. It's a powerful dude. A lot of resource here.
Yeah.
But
just trying to make shit shake.
Yeah, as y'all know with me over here, you know, we before it was Black Vanity, you know, it was Danny and it was Lil J.
Mm-hmm.
So we always like to start in the beginning to give our viewers an idea who we got on this camera, who we dealing with. And I feel like the past, you don't dwell in it, but the past is relevant. I feel like the past could be used to shape our now.
100%.
But the past we talk bad on it, but you know the past is necessary because the past sometimes is that example of what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, with that being said, we already know. I think we're gonna start with Oaklin Winthrop. His name is unique in itself. He went through a couple names. I'm gonna let him get into that. But as far as Oaklin Winthrop, we know there's a lot of Winthrops.
Is it Winthrop or Winthrop?
Winthrop. He said it right.
I'm saying it urban. I'm
no, you saying it right.
You saying it right.
So many people messed the name up though.
Spank saying it right.
That's the that's
yeah. That's
you know we hear the Winthrop. You got Winthrop and Winthrop. So, you know we don't go on Winthrop. So first and foremost, where you from, baby?
White Plains, New York. Born and raised. Proud to be from White Plains, New York. You know, it coming up when we was young, we grew up together, Shorts and I. When we was young and coming up in White Plains, there was like a black essence in White Plains. And I'm saying White Plains, and that's really where I'm from, but I also spent, like my grandma had a house in Elmsford.
Right.
I used to go to the center after school programs with like, you know what I'm saying? So I like Elmsford, Greenberg, White Plains. That's all my foundation, and I'm proud of it. And like I said before, I feel like Greenberg still has it. Greenberg, Peekskill, Mount Vernon still have it, but White Plains, we lost that essence of like just black families, black community, black pride. But when I grew up there, that was definitely relevant. That's where I'm from. That's where I rep. When I was my early 20s, I moved to Mount Vernon, New York, and nothing was the same. Like Mount Vernon is a black city. It's pure black city. And it's like it's not just like it's everyone's so proud of being black and owning it. Like you don't second guess wearing your do-rag in Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you drive by listening to your rap or whatever you listening to. Nobody's like blinking an eye or thinking twice. Right. So Mount Vernon played a big role on shaping and molding me. I learned a lot in Mount Vernon, and I'm always gonna Mount Vernon holds a special place in my heart. It's dope too. I'm glad I got to get connected with that community, and honestly, that's the most support I've gotten from any city, music-wise, is from Mount Vernon. That's when I really was able to go out to shows and bring 20 people with me that knew my lyrics, and like I got people running into me and like they're like, yo, you so and so, and it wasn't like that anywhere else that I've lived. I've lived all over Westchester, so shout out Mount Vernon, but White Plains, New York.
I'm glad you said that because before we get to my boy to the left, my other boy to the left, I was just having this talk with one of the guys. We was talking about Tupac, and when you talk about like where somebody's from, there's a lot of different criteria. Of course, it's where you was born. It could be where you went to school at, but it could also be where you learned the most. What molded you, your biggest influence.
Yeah,
you felt the love. So often, when people like somebody like Tupac, I was saying he was from the East Coast. Geographically. He might say, he found his home on the West. It's not really me to judge or tell him, where he should be comfortable with saying where he's from. So when you say that, when I met you, right, you was that them all of those areas, because I like to speak when we talk about our side, like Greenberg, White Plains, Elmsford. I feel like Westchester's broken up in different Elmsford, Greenberg, White Plains. Then you'll have New Rochelle, Yonkers, Mount Vernon. Then you have like Terrytown, Peekskill, Ossining, and then everybody else. It just fizzles in all around. So I really would bump into you in all of those three areas. Like you, shout out to Greg Self. Y'all come from that school of walking from park to park. all day.
Or on the bikes with it. Like,
y'all on the bikes. I would see you, Mazzaro, then you'll be at Yosemite, then you'll be in the center. Then I'm sure, I wasn't there, but then, you the Fisher Park.
Yeah.
So just to even, you was like a basketball nomad. You and your ball and your bag and your bike, and you going to hit all of these areas. And like you said, you picked up something from each area. So that's dope. And then, of course, my boy, man, we got to spin a block, man. Let them know what's going on, man. Proud White Plains representative.
Oh, man. Born and raised White Plains. Shit, this is home. I'll never turn my back on your White Plains. Real talk. I do love White Plains. I try to exemplify that as much as possible. I'm just big on unity. I feel like that's what it's gonna take to get us to the next level.
Absolutely.
And
I feel like all sides is gonna have to do their part in order for us to push forward. Because often, like I said, with us, we go straight to the top and think everybody at the top is supposed to reach everybody, and it wasn't made like that. Everybody wasn't made to reach everybody. That's why, like I said, you have a center. His job is to rebound. Point guard, dribble the ball. Once you start mixing, matching, everybody got to do their part. We got to be translators. The boys on the corner, they might not understand what they saying up there. I don't even like to say up there. I like to use the terms over there. Like you got over there and over here. So if all of us collectively come together and stop worrying about everybody else, job titles,
positions and stuff like that.
Good. Like, don't worry about big tasks.
Focus on the role. Focus on the role.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get your job done.
So with that being said, when it comes to music, like I said, episode 3 for short. So we gonna start with Oak. When did you start rapping?
I started rapping probably like 13 years old. I was listening to some of the like my brothers. I got 2 older brothers. Shout out my bros. Bugs and Don, but they from that era where cut school, go get some work down at Dykeman. Then like my middle brother at Bugs, he would shoot down to Queens, get mixtapes. Like he was going for the day, trains and whatnot. Like get down to Queens, come back with the new Clue, come back with the new this, new that, new Fab joint, Nori, whatever. But I remember. He had all like literally like CDs, cassettes, all of that, and I started listening to the J, and for some reason like Jay was one of the first rappers I was like, like we hear rap and we know a bar or two or like a little bit when you're younger, but like I started to decipher his shit, and I'm like nah, this is different, like this is hard, and I was so attracted to it, I wanted to be able to do that. Like it's a code, like and you like you hear the song, but then when you listen to the song and you able to decode it, it's so many layers. And he was just dropping so much knowledge, like hence him, naming his albums Blueprint and having that, like I'm giving y'all a blueprint, I'm giving y'all the answers. And Hov has always done that. Even us calling him Hov, like what I'm saying, thinking about like that's the Godfather, whatever. Sure. So that's what 13 years old. And then I had one of my homies, Docs, was like, big computer geek. He knew how to like build computers, take them apart and all of that. And he was one of the first dudes that was able to rip beats off the internet. I'm talking about before like that was really a thing. He was grabbing beats for us. So we had access to beats. Like we listened to new Jay, new this, new Eminem, new X, and then now we got their beats. And we didn't really know what to do with them. Like we wasn't. And then one of my brothers was like, yo, y'all should rap. And I'm like, yeah. And then and then just marble notebook, just start putting the pencil down, pencil down, marble notebook, like real shit. And one marble notebook became 30. And this is not no like cute cliche shit. Like I really was in my room writing rhymes. Like a lot of people don't understand the work I've put in. And sometimes I talk from a certain place, but it's because I know the work I've put in, and I have a certain level of confidence because I know I've filled up at least 60 marble notebooks. With just front and back paper. Like I'm talking about, I used to read rhymes off of marble notebooks, flip the page, and try not to lose the flow, like recording on cassette tapes and shit. Like I'm old with it. I'm old with it.
Bro.
Yeah. So So that's how I got into it. And then you know, I don't want to be long-winded, but the little crew I was rocking with at the time, you know, my friends growing up, it got to a point where like niggas wanted to play video games and like chill, and I'm like, I want to write. Like, let's write songs. And like I started counting bars and shit, and I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, yo, let's write, and nobody wanted to write with me. So it was like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep writing. And then from there, just like little by little, just kept developing as an artist, learning more, getting chewed out in freestyles, stuttering. I had those, you know, Eminem 8 Mile moments where like I froze up and didn't remember certain bars and rhymes, and but I always did it because I loved it. Like that was my main reason. Like I just loved writing. I loved the process of writing. I love having that outlet. But since 13 till now, like I've never, even when I've taken breaks from music, I've always write. Always write.
I could tell, because it was so me knowing you, especially like I said, I'm in the center. I'm young, man. You're a little few years older than me. When you finally started rapping, it was like, whoa, what the fuck? This shit is hot. It didn't seem like no trial and error. But like you said, that goes to the work that you don't get a chance to see. A lot of times people want somebody's spot, but don't want to put in the work that they put in. You got to be able to walk through that fire. We would all love to be, I don't want to, you know, say Jesus or any, you know, we all want to be a higher power, but are we trying to go through that fire? And okay, same question to you, Short. How'd you get into rapping? And I also want to get y'all notable rap influences, like people we know, or not even know, but not celebrity influences, but like people who you in the flesh. But for that, you know, how you get into the whole rap thing, man? I kind of remember when you started rapping too.
I remember when you started rapping.
I was playing around with it. I was playing around with it for a second. Like I wasn't one of those dudes rapping in high school or anything like that, or I was a late bloomer for sure. But on
a music tip, don't get it confused.
Or been a CEO.
but I always say like 2016 is when I went, because that's when my my debut EP came out. Long story short, so I always say that's when I started like taking shit serious. Right. So
can I when you dropped that, because I don't think I've ever asked you this, when you dropped that, did you know like I'm about to go on a run and like hold shit down, or was like, let me just put this out?
Nah, I was all in.
You knew at that point?
Yeah, shout out
Word?
to
That's dope. That's dope.
He had we was trying to figure it out when he went to Cali or whatever. It just was like, yo, either you gonna do it or not. You get what I'm saying? Like, so once you get this EP out, then
you rap.
Stop for what? Yeah, like
you. Be a one and done.
I
was a one and done. That wasn't really my twist.
But you got it done though.
For
you
sure.
Get what I'm saying? And people
we
sometimes lose sight of that in itself, just completion or whatever. It's up to the circumstances and the individual at that point if you want to continue to go, because you at least know what you're capable of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So once I did that, you know, seeing the feedback and shit just started like just happening. Yeah. Like, and that's another thing I'm a firm believer in. Like, yo, put the work in and things will start to make sense. Like, you just gotta give it time.
That's what, you know, shout out to you, Spanx, just real quick. I'm sorry to cut your wisdom short. That's what I mean with what you're doing with this movement right here in this podcast. Like, you putting the work in. And you know, people don't understand how much you grow when you learn from the reps. Like, you don't know what this could become. You don't know what avenues. You're doing something. And once you're doing something, the rest of, no. I'm really proud of you, bro. I'm really proud of you. I see a lot of people like trying to do podcasts, trying to do this, trying to do that, whatever it is, and then they stop. And for you to get this much work done in such a short period of time, like, I take you serious. And there's value in people taking you serious. If I confront you, you know, if you needed, like, you came to me, you asked for certain solids, like, I'm gonna do it because I believe in your movement. You know what I'm saying? So to your point, it's like, yo, you gotta be a doer, and that's what, like, it's so important. I think that's something we lose sight of. You know, trying to do so much, like, don't do 10 things. Do 2 or 3 things well and get them done. And get them done.
You know, if you look at a web browser, you got 30 tabs over there. How you gonna find the tab?
I don't even know.
Exactly. So you gotta close some of them tabs and
real shit. Focus.
Mental health, man. It's huge.
I love him for that. He talking.
I gotta go there because peace. When you go through something like, not even just one specific thing, but, you know, we all been through things. Peace is like, there's nothing a man won't pay for peace, and there's nothing he won't give up for peace. So that's something that's obtainable that you gotta.
Notice he said man. Notice he said man though, like a man. That's part of becoming a man.
You have to be. You gotta be able to find peace. So our culture is like, we are. I feel like the record holders of talking about what we would have did and what we could have did and what we did back
Past tense king.
Right. So me personally, part of, my peace journey is I don't even worry about, I don't even call it, because everybody deserves an opinion. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Everybody might not like McDonald's. That's perfectly fine. As long as your opinion doesn't navigate in my way, then, I don't got to be Demolition Man.
How you
So, like, do what it is that, have your opinion, do your thing, but like I said, you can't let that stop you. You got to keep it moving because, like I said, you never know who you can inspire. And the problem with that is, if you focus on the people who's not here, you're doing a disservice to the people who are.
Wow.
I'm sitting next to Black Vanity right now. That's who I need to be. This is who I'm engaging with. This is who I'm worried about. Those who what's the words I'm looking for? We on the same page. So
Yeah.
So,
the right energy.
It's a positive frequency, as cliche as that sounds.
Honestly, this is half the reason why, besides you guys' catalog and what you guys got going on, the consistency, I believe in the brand. Besides those things, just the conversation. I know both of you guys personally, and we big on energy. Energiologists, man.
Yo.
We see things from it. We'll look at something like a lamp and figure something out to make it make sense and apply it to life. So this is why I wanted to get you guys in here. I'm gonna start with you, Shorts. Influences growing up as far as rap, who you looked up to, or who was like, ooh, I like his cadence, or I like his flow, or I like the way he put the words together. I like his subject matter. Or who made you say, I gotta get back in the lab?
Well, I gotta always give him his credit. Kiss, that's my favorite rapper.
Oh, for sure. That's automatic.
You get what I'm saying? He played a huge part in, like, if you want to emulate your game around somebody, I chose Kiss. You get what I'm saying? I chose Kiss, no question. Yeah. Then, like, when it comes to projects, Kendrick, he was influential. Just as far as like skits and all that, because once again, that was around the time I'm trying to figure out what I'm about to bring to the game.
Right, of course.
You get what I'm saying? And I always liked how he had a level of real in his music. So I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go that route. And
anybody locally we know?
Locally,
like as far as like
not just because. Yeah, come on, B.I. for sure. But like.
Time.
I keep it a bean, like dudes like Oak, dudes like Low, like it's always been like, cause I've always been like little bro, so to speak, not only because of age but because of height. You get what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to like prove myself without doing too much.
Always trying to touch the backboard.
Yeah. Like so, like just being around some dudes that's actually nice. Shout outs to Double, like that's another influence. It's like. Nah, I gotta get my shit right if I want to be like kind of part of the cool kids and like I don't know, I want to be able to rap too, like you know what I'm saying. So
and who better to sharpen your lyrical sword but against
the people that they talking
you
about.
Want to get on the track with. I'm not trying to get on the track with Brother for Lamb and MC Cheesesteak. That's a waste of time.
Word. I'm trying to play with
that past Kennedy's.
The greats. Please put me in the same ring, because then if you talking if I'm getting the pass by them, then...
And even if you don't, like I said, one thing before we get to Oakland, I almost called him loose. One thing about us, people don't really have the ability to stand on what they say or what they feel. People are popularized, so they really go off popular opinion. So they might not feel like supporting this. It's a way to monopolize all this shit, because a lot of people don't know how to just stand alone.
No.
Yeah.
So with that, I don't really care what room I'm in. I don't really know how to feel inferior. I like what I bring to any team, regardless if I'm the littlest.
Talk your talk.
On a spiritual level, whatever it is, I'm actually happy because now I'm trying to feed off y'all energy. If I'm just around, low grade motherfucker. This tank right here required 93, baby. 87 not gonna get the engine running. It's cheaper, but that 93 it costs a little more and it burns a little faster, but it's a smoother ride. So, with that, that's dope. And, never get caught up in that. People can't stand on that. And when people know they can't fold, you won't break, the ones who's weakest, they gonna cross the street. Trust me. They're gonna be like, damn, he really feel this way. And this is just what it is.
Ain't no moving them.
So now, with that same question for you, you could give your celebrity.
I mean, like it's
locally, if you have any.
It's too many.
G-Self was running around.
It's too many. Yeah.
He still raps actually.
Obviously, my brother was one of the first rappers. My brother Don Father. He's had a couple of different names, pretty ugly, but like he's still nice as hell. And I'm not saying that because that's fam. Like we off camera, like I could play some shit right now. He's still nice, but he got just his whole approach to life. He almost like a I would compare him almost like a Missy ODB. Like they so lefty. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. Yeah, they not. I can't.
He really don't care.
There's nobody I could really compare them to. Even like going with ODB, he's his own person, and he rapped that way. He got his own language, and I always just thought he was super creative and artistic, and like just the way he put his shit together. But Greg Self, I remember being Mazzaro Park. I'm talking about like I was young, and Greg Self was young too. And then we we in the cypher like this, looking up at everybody, and I wasn't in the cypher, but I'm listening in the cypher, and I'm watching Self. I'm watching Greg Self like eat in front of eat like older heads, cats 10, 15 years ahead of him. I'm like, yo, he dope. So Greg Self, Don, Mr. G, one of the, like, I don't even know how to describe him. He got like, not reggae vibes, but like a little bit of everything, but he sings, but got that Jamaican, those roots.
Rhythms.
But he performed with passion. Dudes like Corey Flute from Mount Vernon performed with passion, write with passion, just like will beat on the table in study hall while spitting a verse and just like has that X, definitely a dude who inspired me. So many cats though, I could go on and on. Hard White from White Plains, New York. I'm a student of the game. Like I watched everybody. I listened to folks. And like, when it came to music, I wasn't one of those people that like looked at somebody like, oh, they whack. I looked at what I did like from them, because everybody got something with them. And then I just try to like, even to this day, like with Kanye, I love Kanye, and I think Kanye's phenomenal. One of the things that's so dope about Kanye, and it's something I've been sharing with Shorts a lot, is how simplistic he can be. Like he could say some simple shit, and it's just as hard as Kendrick Lamar's most complex bar. So I just be trying to pull from everybody. But honestly, and that's why I work with so many people in 914. I think we have like just so much talent, and I've learned, I'm not one of these dudes that's gonna sit up here in front. I've learned from like pretty much everybody I listen to, whether it's cadence, whether it's hooks, even beat selection, how they get in pocket, whatever. So a lot of people have influenced me. Everybody.
Because your flow, honestly, I don't think anybody consistently changes their flow. I pay attention by accident. I'll tell you, I'm not on that weirdo late night peeking in the window to see what's going on. By nature, I know the importance of safety. So I pay a lot of attention. Just by nature, whether I'm on the internet, it is what it is. Oh shit, I seen that tree before. Okay, whoop. I might. So with you, I noticed your flows change, and I tell anybody, I'm gonna say this, on record. Lyrically, you're one of the best people I ever heard in my life.
I appreciate that, bro.
I appreciate that. I've been too many places, but I've been a lot of places. You know what I mean? And
lived a lot of life.
Yeah, I lived a lot of life. So a lot of people, you into what you into. With our culture, we get stuck on like street rap. So I feel like with you, at the time when I started really picking up to you, it was like, I think you was a little, they didn't understand it. I don't think, I think you had the I still think they can't understand it. The intellect is just, it gets lower and lower. The testosterone's up, the intellect is down in our culture. But
talking that shit.
I got to, but as far as bars, I remember like when Drake came out, like I'm at Purchase College. When he performed back in,
I was just talking about that. Yeah, that was magical. There was so many joints there too, man. Listen,
it was a little bit of every. If you was Rufus from Trapped in the Closet, there was some of that for you. It was flavors. It was everything going on down that joint. Shout out to Nico too. Every time I think of Purchase, I think of Nico and Nine. That's my boy. But man, as far as I remember hearing one of your freestyles, I'm gonna say like 2012. I'm like, this nigga's crazy. Like, and that's what made me realize like the industry, it's not all about talent. You gotta know how to master algorithm. You gotta know how to grab the people. You gotta know how to, it's just certain moves you got. It's chess.
What you know and who you know.
Yeah.
Right. Both of them.
So with that being said, who are some people you got a chance to rub shoulders with in the industry? And what's your dream record? Both of you. Like, Who would you have on there?
I've been blessed to, like, you know, I've been around Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, Frenchie, Joel's, Mano, Vado. Like, you know, I had one night in the studio. My man's shout out, you know, Royalty Rentals, Tone Capone. You know, he was renting cars like before it became a thing, like one of the first dudes. Now he do yeah. Like, so he was just doing it independently. He would go, I ain't even gonna put his game out there, but he would get the cars legally, own them, redo them. He would redo them, and then like he just had contacts. He was moving and shaking. He always had a fly whip, so he was out in the city, just come across rappers, come across whoever, and then he was renting cars to everybody. So right when I graduated college, like you know, shout out Show Off. Show Off, I didn't even mention Show Off as one of my huge influences. That's that guy, man. But Show kind of like introduced me to these dudes called the Dream Team, and they had every car you could think of. And we was moving and shaking. So I was coming across all these artists, but one night, it's always been special to me. We brought this Bentley out to it's called it was called Cotton Factory, something like that. The studio in Brooklyn. I don't know if it's still open. Cotton something. I think it was Cotton Factory. But and Raekwon, he's like, yeah, we meeting up with somebody. He ain't even like, he like not giving me no details. Right. We walk in the studio, it's Mano. I link Mano, me and Mano chopping it up, whatever. Like we had some edibles together, just good vibes, good energy with Big Dog. But then nigga, I'm on the boards and I had like an hour, like basically one-on-one with Raekwon. And like nigga throws me like a bag of like, bro, I'm so young, I barely know how to roll weed. Nigga throws me like a pound, like, yo, roll up, Henny, this, that. And he just playing unreleased cuts. But it was so dope how humble he was. And you could tell like that's a dude that make music because he love it. And like, I don't know, those are the people I always appreciate a little bit more. Like dudes that's in it for the right reasons. I get it. Listen, if you want to make money, you want a one-hit wonder, or you want to, you know, get the hoes or the girls or the jewelry, like that's cool. I'm not knocking you. But for me personally, I've always appreciated people that's passionate about the actual craft, and love the craft. So, but yeah, I've been around a lot of people.
With that, right, with the Raekwon, yeah. For a rapper as passionate as you, that's like an up and coming basketball player playing 21 with Jordan.
It was crazy, yo. It was crazy.
That's an amazing interaction right there, and that's what life is about. Breaking it down moment by moment. You know, don't get too wrapped up in the day by day. Grab onto the moment. That's the shit I need. The journey. So it's like, so I'll be a sponge. I'm a huge fight fanatic as far as boxing and stuff like that. So if I was able to get around like a Floyd, before I can even talk about business or something, I want to talk about, you know,
technique or something like on
fights. Whitaker, you know, shit that you hear the stories. You know, Frankie Randall and thinks it get different. That's what I would be. That would help me on my journey. Them type of things. You know, that old school. I just don't feel like it's no better secret. That old school shit, the way they was doing things, it was working. It was old fashioned, and I just feel like the ingredients that they got, we don't really got them in stores no more.
You know what? You know what? It's funny you say that. It's the internet though now. Everything, and I catch myself. We do everything for TV, and we don't do enough for the right. Like, yo, when the TV's not around, you doing something for the right reasons.
On the moment.
I was thinking about something. I took this year off from traveling. Like, you know, I had some life responsibilities. Him and we got to invest in the grind, and I'm so proud of this dude. It's like he showed not just with words and action, but like, yo, when you put the money this dude has invested in what we trying to do, like I have a lot of respect for it, because it shows it matters to him once again, and he not doing it for like. He allocating the funds in the right way. He not like trick or treating, you know what I'm saying? And
I'll get criticized because I don't want to trick on dates, and I got a bigger vision.
You know what I'm saying?
Shame on him. What's wrong with this guy? But crazy.
One of the things I like. So this year I was like, yo, I'm not really traveling. I did a little small trips, went up to Canada, this and that, but I ain't really hit like usually I do like 3-4 trips a year. And I was able to save so much money. I lost my train of thought, but I was able to save so much money. This is where I'm going with it. So I said to myself, like, yo, how many trips would I take if I couldn't tell nobody about it? If I couldn't post about it? And it's like, yo, sometimes you gotta take a step back with a lot of things you're doing, and you're like, yo, would I do this? Would I want to mess with this chick if nobody knew I was messing with her? Would I want that Jordan if nobody saw me in it? You know what I'm saying? And like, just we got to do a little less for TV. So back to your point, we do so much for TV now. We not living our own lives. It's like we almost being controlled. We not living for us.
We living for the masses.
Yeah, it's like so.
That's crazy.
I just try to be mindful of that. But I'm glad you said that. It's so true, and that's why I think it was more pure in the '90s and the early 2000s because dudes we was living for ourselves, or they was living for themselves, or we was living for ourselves. You know,
as visible.
Yeah. Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, we did. This is the type of conversation I like. Dream track. I want both of y'all. Who would be on your dream track? And now, you remember back in the days, it was my dream tracks don't even got no chorus on them.
Yeah.
To keep it above. It's not even. I never say like some of the favorite. I just was watching an interview with Cassidy. Cassidy played a huge part in upbringing as far as high school or just middle school right up into high school.
Shout out Cassidy.
He was talking about the process of the 6 minutes of death freestyle. I was just watching that, and it was him, Wayne, Fab, and who else was on this? Him, Wayne, Fab, Cassidy, Fab, Wayne. I forgot.
One more, right? We missing one, right?
I feel like we missing one, and it was just like shit
It
like
just
that.
been them three.
Like
wasn't
back
them three?
then, you couldn't really. Well, you could send the track over, but it was just more organic. We rubbing shoulders, we smoking, we drinking, we in there, and it's just like let's just go. Them was some of my favorite Hove songs. In the beginning is him on other beats and flex freestyles. Back, we come from Street Wars.
Yeah.
I'm in tune with all that Kaza, LimeWire, Fruity Loops. We coming from that, like Angie Martinez drop. We waiting for her to drop the response. We waiting for her to drop.
She telling you like all day, like yo, it's coming.
Yo, but we come from that where you got to call up and phone battles and the JR Riders. It's just. So some of my favorite songs, don't even got no. So I don't want to put no stipulation. Who's on your dream track? It could be 10 monthly Rough Riders. Since you say Kiss Volume 2, that's what was it? World War 3. It's a million of them on there. Scarface, Young One.
Forgot about World War.
Gangsta.
You just brought my shit
Come on,
back.
I'm a hip hop phenomenon. I come from all them classes.
Forgot about that.
So it's like songs like that. Snoop Dogg on there. It's a million people. So it's limitless to the features and however y'all do it. But who on your dream track?
Dream track.
Non-political answers. I know you drive cars for the Rough Riders and all that.
So I would say a dream track. The tracks would vary, right? So and it's like I'm just thinking about people I kind of would want to get on the record.
That's what I meant. That's my.
And I mean, not just collaborate. I'm trying to get you. You get what I'm saying?
You trying to take off? We ain't coming to horseplay.
So it's like
you ain't coming to just lay down.
I would love to do a female record with Fab. Definitely would love
That's
to get
hard.
that done.
He need to be on like Surge 4.
Climax rate on there, no freaky for the joint. It's gonna be in there playing with themselves, listening to the joint.
Get that done. Shit. That's probably I'll leave it like that.
He's so modest, this guy.
But like no, because
Kendrick,
that's
you
tough.
want to do something real creative?
I'm not gonna hold you. Kendrick,
You get a headache
like,
trying to fuck with
Kendrick too crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's certain niggas I don't want to say I don't want that smoke with, but it's like I'm not really trying to compete with you in that arena. You get what I'm saying? Like
he's a big bad mountain somewhere.
Female, and then I'm just thinking female record who I will like. I've always like I looked up to Fab too when it comes to that influence as far as female. Like there was a point Fab is you think of a female record and need a rapper, you going to get
Fab and Kiss, though I feel like don't get they just do. As far as they reign,
and
they
it
got
was
30-year runs.
It's both of them.
Fab around for keeping it gangster. He had the paper towel wrapped around his head.
Even with Kiss though, I forgot.
Jersey was crazy.
I heard Kiss on the Usher remix the
the
other day, and I'm like, yo, Kiss. I'm like, yo, Kiss. Kiss did a lot, yo.
So crazy.
Yo, those was the guys they went to for those records, bro. So it's like, like
that's Fab is hard. I gotta give Fab more credit too. I be giving Fab a hard time. I gotta give Fab more credit.
That nigga's nice. I give recently.
He'll bite your head off.
He'll tweak with an outfit every now and again, but Fab, salute. Like you done paved the way. Like I'm not critiquing how you dress. I'm just saying sometimes
Jordan missed the layup before.
He know.
It's all right. Sometimes you win some, you lose some. It's all okay. We love you, Fab. Sometimes you get a little Maryland man too.
And let me know when I tweak. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right. I ain't the flyer.
Nah, it happens, man. It happens.
All right. What about you?
So the other day, Shorts, we was talking, and he said, nigga said, he said, yo, do do you bang with any rappers that's not legends? Like, I forgot how he phrased it, but all my favorite rappers are legends.
5-star rappers
are legends. Like, so he like, yo, do you like? And I do. Like, I love like the, Griselda. Like, I love music. I got a wide range of music I'm into, but like my favorites are all legends. So, Cliche would like probably like Drake and Kanye. I would love to do something crazy with them.
You love that challenge.
I can see y'all on the zip line together. Like y'all will all be. I can see you being able to maintain.
With them though, I feel like with them. So Drake is so relevant. Like him and Ye have this way of just resonating. Whatever they message is, even if you're not in a relationship, they'll have you in your feelings. Like word, like
Drake different.
Like,
I say it. Drake different. He was transparent with his hater vibes, like how he was getting the women. I think a lot of guys was always like that, and he just gave them like the voice. Yeah. So,
and then with them too, after you make the music, what their records become. Their records become these movements. It's so much bigger than a song. Like moments. Like Drake and Kanye have had moments. When we think about their songs like represent moments. Even if you say starting from the bottom, like. That's a whole moment. Like we still use that now as a phrase. You know what I'm saying? There's certain
Drake gets the credit for
18 years. If I say 18 years right now, so that's why I say Drake and Kanye. But I would also really like to spar and be on like a dumping spree, like a 6 minutes of depth with like a Jay and like a Jada. Because I just feel like I can hang with them, and I think I could get both of them. That's my personal opinion. To each his own.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. He loves this type of challenge.
But I would,
and I know we got the people behind the cameras.
The process, you see my man Curry.
No, I'm saying the people behind the cameras are like, whoa. I'm telling you, he has lived for a moment to prove himself amongst those type of juggernauts. So I know when he says that shit,
I mean it.
That'd be like me getting in there with Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, no, he mean it. I'm telling you.
Means something to me. You know, just the fact, I don't look at it like, oh, this guy is crazy. I look at it like, this guy's powerful. For him to even feel that way, is either nerve or is a high level of confidence that I feel like every man should have.
You should have an ounce of that.
Yeah,
something.
If you got an ounce of that, a Q-tip of that,
you
that's dope.
And when music,
Kiss and Jay-Z,
and what's crazy is like, I've studied them.
They
haven't really studied me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You get to hear their verses first?
I don't need to hear their verses.
I'm just saying, what's
you
the...
give me that. If the beat is...
Eminem done left hole before.
I'm a dump.
I'm just saying, what would be the
process? Like, I would like to write, like yo, what
collectively?
We going with? Yeah, like,
all right.
let's find a theme.
And a hook and
where we going. It don't even gotta be a hook. It could just be like a theme. And then we go from there. And certain themes, I'm sure they would get me. But if it's something where I could like... Where I'm in pocket, I can
with the theme.
Even Hove Hove really hustled, was down in DC, up and down the, you know what I'm saying, at 95.
Those guys, but people don't understand. I hate when people compare themselves. You know, if we talk about most of these artists, I think the example should be growth. All these dudes in the beginning of their career was talking about all the shit we wanted to do coming up, right? They was the example, because I just feel like this term creative player, I even used to have to sit back and tell myself that, I mean, to a certain degree, everybody's a creative player. None of us woke up and, we all got our own ways we was born with, but everything was cause and effect and influence.
Yeah.
Even music, even stocks, whatever you want to do, somebody did it already, and you had to have been introduced to it or had to see it.
Yeah.
So you take what you want from everybody, and that's how we all. It's like Captain Planet.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, you know, we get it's a huge stigma when people say, "Oh, you're a creative player." We all are. None of us made any of this shit up. We went to school to learn how. So with that being said, as far as with you and with these guys, like I said, we got to stop. A lot of our content and way of life is starting the street, brother. That's just what it is. So that's smart to not overly indulge. I understand that fully. But you can't, you know, a lot of we walk, talk, how we get this all shit that was in what Hove from Marcy Projects. Shit. Your man Stab on. This is what he rapping about in the late 90s. I'm here for it. I was born, I heard it. So now what he evolved to, even Kanye. Kanye was an asshole in the beginning, man. Now, you know, you see now these guys, Hove don't even got social media. Like you can't it's hard to get next to Hove.
Yeah.
It's hard. So it's just the growth, but that's dope. Man, that's bold and that's crazy. I believe you. You made me a believer just in a split second. When you first said it, I kind of was about to like get up and walk out, but it's like nah. I'm with that. It's a question for both of you too. What's your process when writing a verse? What's the process you go through? Is it depending on who you on it with, the mood. Once you figure out what it is you're gonna rap about, what's the process of tailoring the bars? You get whatever that is.
You want to take it first?
Writing process.
Well, the blank canvas differs from an assignment. If it's blank canvas, it's like, I don't know, that's real mood contingent. You get what I'm saying?
Contingent. Check my boy out.
But if it's an assignment, they pretty much dictating what you should write about.
Of course. So
that's a little easier. The process is different. But I feel like it's all similar, little smoke, get your mind right, and let the beat talk to you and see what's up.
When someone sends an assignment, I like to, whatever the concept is, I like to stop, think about the concept, and then think about like everything that's associated with that concept. So if it's like I'm trying to think of one of his assignments. He gave me he gave me this joint on I think it was Beautiful Chaos. It's called Squeeze. Was it Beautiful Chaos or Search too?
Search.
Beautiful Squeegee.
Squeegee? Yeah.
Like he sent me a song called Squeegee, whatever, and we talking about like it's I can't get all the way into it, but I took the concept. Like I took that word and I just thought about things that associate with that concept, and then I try to like feel it, like get detailed with it, and I also think about what other people are going through that's related to that concept. So I like for me, to me, when people send assignments, is always a little bit easier because it's like, all right, this is the topic. And I went to college. I was always a good writer in school, so like I understand. Teacher, so I understand how to write. Like so, that's easy. But it's a little bit harder when it's a blank canvas because it's just like so many places they can go, and my mind like I'm always thinking about a million different things, and so it's hard to like kind of focus. So what I like to do is I like to find beats I like, and then now I'm so busy, and I got a 2-hour commute. Like I'm driving like 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, typically, if not longer. So I just like to get in the car and like play beats I like, and then start mumbling. And then I find flows, and when I find these flows, is then like I literally just mumble. I mumble, and then the flow, like I find the flows through mumbling, and then once I find the flow, like I start thinking concept. Or I'll think of like 2 bars to get me, and then like the bars will like lead to a concept. So it's dope. It's real weird and random, but it works. It works. It sounds like some stupid shit, but
the way I'm listening, that's why you it's all about. I like the science because we just hit a finished product, and I could tell you specifically. You got like general bars that you just got and that you could just rap over a beat. But it sounds like to when you get something sent, it's like it's just fresh material.
Yeah, I love that's my favorite. Simon's is dope.
It's that vegan shit, right? It's not. Yeah, you can't just throw this in a microwave. It's like, nah, I took my time. Yeah. How long does it typically take y'all to write a verse? And do y'all write or do y'all memorize it in y'all head?
I've done both.
He's
but
big on turnaround.
For me, it's it depends. Like if it's Shorts is like the homie, so I could drag my feet a little bit with verses, which I don't usually like to, but it's like I know he knows I ain't going nowhere. But if it's someone outside the camp, I like to let people know I'm serious. Like I said, I could tell you serious. I'm looking around the room. I'm walking around. This is serious. Like I don't know if y'all know what's going on. It's cameras in every direction. But
camera on you right now.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking right at you.
But I like people to take. Once again, Shorts and I was having a discussion the other day, and we so when I talk to a girl, I'm single right now, and when I talk to a woman, I'm trying to I just want to get
that was smooth.
Yeah, Tinder.
I just heard the ping.
I'm single, and when I talk to a girl, I never tell her I do music. I let her like stumble upon it because so many women frown upon it. And Shorts and I was talking the other day, a lot of women frown upon dudes who do music because there's a lot of boy behavior associated with rappers, right? Like you're gonna stay out late, you're gonna drink and drive, and you're gonna show up late. It's like you're not like a lot of the quote unquote rapper behavior is boyish and it's immature. So and it's not professional. And I always wanted people to take me professional. So when it comes to assignments and turnaround time, if it's my first time working with you, especially if I respect your shit. Like some people, it's like, I'll work with you, but you don't really do it, but I'll still rock with you. But if I respect your shit and I work with you, I try to get you that verse back ASAP, so you know, like I'm not playing. Like yo, I do this, and I want us to take this serious and not waste time. We're not here to waste time.
With us, I feel like we in a society that cannot handle no. Like when you tell somebody no, you go from friend to op immediately. And I feel like you could be my friend.
And you said yes before.
Right. You could be my friend, but now this is a brand. So I look at it like, you know, we in the street. You know, when I was running around, I can say this on camera, running around with the weed and shit. I'm on horse place. I'm well far removed from the bud and all that. But when I did do it, I was moving my own shit. We all did. It wasn't really a group thing. It was, you know, he had his way. This guy's fucking up 1 pound still to this day. Why the fuck would I put my name next to yours on anything like past that if we couldn't even do successful street business?
Make it make sense.
It don't make sense. So now you still my man. I love you to death, or my friend, my sis, because I don't like gender. I hate gender-based offenses. I like dealing with everybody, you know, because nowadays you don't know who's who out here.
No,
everybody's doing bitches is fucking all the niggas and, and the niggas is running. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, it's not personal when somebody takes something serious and somebody doesn't, saying nah unless it makes sense. So it's like, you know, I can't even water my campaign down getting you on there because this is a verse that you're just gonna throw together and you might not throw another verse up until next year. So at that point, if it don't make sense from a business standpoint, then it wouldn't be. So, you know, never feel, you know, slighted about not getting on something with somebody, even if they're your friend, because, you know, we think friend is false sense of entitlement. You are my friend, and there's a lot I would do for you, but now my business, this is how we're going to take care of our families eventually. So if you're not up here with me or somewhere in the vicinity, somewhere in the house, you're still running around out there, I can't even do it. So I would say that goes into my next question. Do y'all charge for features? Like how does that work? Because the talent is here. I'll tell you right now, it's here.
I haven't charged for features, and I'd be so torn with this because I'm getting to that point where it's like,
I've been
telling them to up it,
but not,
dial it up on them.
Not, I might have to come over there.
It's not even a talent thing. It's not even a talent thing.
I think that's what y'all need, man.
For me,
I need that presence.
We need to enforce it.
The talent is here.
Nah, I definitely think the talent's there. But for me, I just think about like one thing I love about my journey with the music is I didn't get a lot of no's. Like dudes was always willing to work with me. Of course. Dudes was like trying to help me out and like. But even when I was kind of trash, like I had like. Dude,
I didn't know you. I didn't know you rap.
I wasn't really trash either, but I was like I wasn't it. But I just had a lot of people like encourage me, like nah, keep going, keep doing this, keep doing that. Even with ball, like I had dudes like when I was trying to get my game right. So I don't like to close doors on people because it's like, yo, this is so extreme. But like, yo, what if somebody like closed that door on Martin Luther King? What if somebody closed that door on Kobe? Like what if like we don't know if they would have gotten to where they were if someone said no. If someone didn't leave the gym open for them, like, yo, you want to shoot another? You in 8th grade? You're not going like
I understand that.
Stop. No, you ain't getting another 100 shots up. But someone said yes, and they were able. So we don't know who's who. Like look at someone like Tekashi. Not a great example, but just hear me out.
Yeah,
my man called. I FaceTimed Tekashi right before he blew. My man was like, "Yo, I'm about to shoot this video with a dude in Brooklyn. Blah 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 blah." Like he's telling me about him. I'm like, "Oh," he's like, "Yo, you should come down here, shoot out the BK." He's like, "Shoot out the BK," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, so he gets on. He's like, "Yo, I'm a FaceTime you with him." I see the tats on his face and like a big. I'm like, this thing. I'm like, but I see mad bloods in the background. I'm like, I ain't going down there. I'm like, I'm not shooting down there. But point like. What if that was the opportunity that like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want that opportunity. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you get the power of yes. There's a power in yes. So I just believe that like when I can, if it's not gonna hurt me, it's not like it's like holding the door for somebody. That might be the difference to make that person's day. They might be going through some shit, ready to jump off a bridge or whatever, or ready to just call it quits.
Might save your life.
I remember when Shorts would come to me with verses. His shit wasn't tight. He had a little loose flow, and like he had to tighten up.
Yeah,
but I
got next to you.
But I saw the potential though, and I'm like, can you, bro? I wouldn't be like, if I dated him back then, I might not be rapping now.
If I dated him,
I'm being for real. No, I'm being serious because
I take a lot. This is a strong brother. I mean that with all seriousness.
Spanks, I took 5 years off. I took 5 years off. Not 5 years off from dropping a project. 5 years off, and I was still writing, but like I don't know if I ever would have came out again. I kept saying I would, but you know how that go. And he dropped this Good Space video. And at the time, we still communicating, we cool. I'm not BV or none of that, but like that's the homie still. And I saw the video, I'm watching it in my living room. I watched it like 6 times in a row, and that shit like, I'm like, yo, I was ready to get up and like, I'm like, yo, I saw that video and I knew like within a year's time I was dropping again. Yeah. And he did that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but what if when he was like, let me hit his rounds, was like, yo, bro, you trash. Like, nah, bro, I'm not doing a record with you. And he got discouraged. Yeah. So you just never know. 100%. You never know when it's gonna come back full circle. So I try to hold everybody down. Does that mean I should be holding people down for free? No, and I'm at a point where like, but I'm not monetizing crazy off music, so I be feeling guilty. Guilty. But at the same time, I know dudes spend money on a lot of bullshit. So it's like, yo, you want my talents? I should be charging my time. I should be telling.
There's plenty of ways besides monetization to get bread. You got the brand. You start launching different things.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot.
Black Vanity Fridays and all of that.
Yeah, but after Sundance, we don't get
first
there.
and third Fridays of the month.
Yeah, I've been seeing it. It's only a matter of time for I'm mosey up in there.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Let's do it.
Let's get into a little bit of the history. I'm gonna start with Short. I'm gonna speak about both of y'all. Originally, you was rapping with a character, Mike Merlot. Shout out to my boy. Mm-hmm. And you was part of another team. I'm not too sure the names. I remember Show Off.
Yeah. Frankly Rich. Vernon dude.
Tricks. I remember that name. His names.
Chris Black.
The white boy.
Hartley. Mm-hmm. Tricks.
Yeah. Had Tricks. Y'all had a team. Mm-hmm. So, what was that like for both of you, and what led you guys to forming Black Vanity? Because, like I said, if you look at pictures from 10 years ago, y'all was together, but 2 different rap groups. Mm-hmm. So, what got y'all in cahoots as a rap group together?
Basically, like I want to say, Frankly Rich. I was with this Frankly Rich movement in Mount Vernon. Multiple artists, videographers. We had a little bit of everything. At one point, we almost had Des Comedy, on board. He was doing work with us, but he was about to be like Frankly Rich and claim it. We had Hartley, phenomenal talent. And it was just like Chris Black show, like Dabs. Like we had wild talent, but it was like almost too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah. And you know, it was a lot of egos too, and not even, we were young, you know what I'm saying? We were young. And at the time, Tricks was doing a lot of work for us pro bono. So, you know, you're not paying, like, you get what you pay for sometimes. So it's like, sometimes I would want video shot a certain way or shot immediately, and it's like, yo, I'm not doing that right now. I'm with my fam, and like, when I get some time, like, I'll hit you. But it just wasn't working for me. Like, I wasn't able to produce at the, so long story short, it just kind of fell apart. Everybody kind of started doing their own thing. And that's when I was like, in this moment, I was sitting on almost like 2 projects worth of music. It's like 2 projects I didn't drop because I was just kind of sitting on it, and it was like kind of becoming outdated. And then, like I said, I saw Short's video. I'm super proud of him, and like it was the best video at that time. That was the best video I've seen out of 914, and I could stand by that statement because I pay attention to everything that's going on. I've always been a student in game, and I'm like, nah, he did that, and I'm like, but. Like, I'm thinking about my legacy. I'm like, I'm not gonna let him have the dopest video from 914. Like, I'm coming back out this year. I'm back out. Like, so I hit him. I praised him. He like, yo, bro, like, let's get, like, the energies was just aligned. And
absolutely.
And he knew he needed support. I knew I needed support.
It made sense.
And then we respect each other's work ethic. We both beasts when it come to putting in the work. So we linked either his crib, my crib. I don't remember. I remember we chopped it up. We chopped it up over the phone, and we chopped it up in person. And like, it's funny. He kind of like laid some ground rules down. Like, and it wasn't. He
Kevin
funny.
Durant
Like,
to the
he got
Warriors,
game
though.
with him. Like, so it's not like he gonna tell you directly.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be like, yo, we need to.
He's very like mythical.
He's funny.
He's like he
He's
can like
funny.
narrate Harry Potter type.
Yeah.
But he lined me up. Like, you know, he like kind of talked me into changing my rap name and like I'm like, what's this nigga talking about? But he got me to do it.
That was my next thing, like, cause you was loose cannons back in the days.
Yeah.
And you know, we know the meaning of that. You was in that booth losing your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel like Oaklin Winthrop is definitely more mature.
Yeah.
Cone-headed tuxedo.
Yeah.
You know, it's more like a growth thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he always been coming. So it made perfect sense. All right, same question for you. Clearly it's the same.
Yeah,
you know, but you had, you know, Mike Merlot.
He went to Cali.
Okay, so timing. See,
It was timing.
Timing is important.
We had
It all kind of happened at the same time.
Everything just like it was like not building. What is it? Destroy and rebuild or building whatever it is. But it was like
rebuild.
Yeah. It was like that. What was kind of occurring.
Mm-hmm.
And look at us now. Like
Yeah.
People I don't think pay attention to. That's why now that I'm older, I'm real big on affiliation. Even when it comes to like opposition or opposing or competition, like you got to be mindful who you align your name with, because your opposition or competition grows with you. 100%. So if you in a situation, you giving somebody energy, you know, you go where you need to go, you're gonna automatically bring them. You sending the elevator down for them too. And I'm big on detachment. You know what I'm saying? Life, you got to be able to master detachment. Wow. It's one of the hardest things to do, but it's something that's necessary. So, because you got to think, there's somebody's, excuse me, like, you know, I don't really know one way, but, you know, there's a crackhead out there that's talking about being in a park and beating Jordan one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a part of his legacy, just because of who Michael Jordan became.
Yeah.
He's still out here getting high. But, so you got to very mindful, you know, who you align with. And so for y'all two, knowing y'all backstories, it was a perfect pause. But marriage, as far as a business relationship, it was authentic. It's not like y'all don't know each other, and y'all complement each other very well. I can honestly
appreciate
say,
that.
Thank you.
You stepped, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's why he's sitting here while you saying the truth sounds like disrespect to those who ain't accepted. So when you understand, like, okay, this is what I'm great at, you might be better. I feel like from what I know. You got a lot of resource. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of connections. You tied to a lot.
Great communicator.
Great communicator. Patient. Stays in his lane.
Mm-hmm.
Won't conform. Like you, like me. You was sitting right across the street, and everybody across that picture, that famous picture was the one motherfucker that's a bigger than them, and they all like this. You over there comfortable. And then him, like I said, he's too. He's also. I'm glad he never strayed away, because that was always, you know, like I said, in the trenches. The block, it was always, he's lyrical, man, he's nice. What are we talking about?
He's
you
an
know,
artist.
It's all about what you used to. You know, you got Jadakiss. Some people's favorite is Styles. Some people's favorite is Chic. You know, see, Chic got legends, so it's all about 100%. Preference. So me, I'm multi-dimensional. Nothing's normal with me. Like I got all kind of friends. I listen to. I'm in that TRL era, so you know, I'm in sync, all that type stuff. So I'm in the music. You know, period. I listen to a lot of slow music, so I can say he had you in the gym.
Oh, no question.
He had you in the gym.
I always tell people, like, it's a privilege. I was telling him the other day, like, cause like I feel like we take for granted what's so close to us, and it's like now, like I'm really privileged to be like sparring with one of the greats. Like you get what I'm saying? And I mean that like wholeheartedly, cause it's. Not everybody gets that opportunity.
Nah.
Then you look back and it's too late to like, it's just like, nah. Like, so I don't.
And because if you can't grow from somebody around you, young or old, who you around? I don't never feel no type of way about somebody inspiring me, because I don't be around flukies. That's not my thing. If I'm around you, I don't give a fuck if you're 1 year old. I want to be able to gain something from you. So that's a blessing. Like you said, just to be locally, like lyrically, I'm very adamant about that. Lyrically, there's not too many people messing with this guy. I don't give a fuck. Let's stop getting caught up in age and eras. I was there when Kumo D was in the. It's like, bro,
Nigga, Oka,
I hear
smoke Kumo,
yeah, smoke is top. No disrespect.
I keep it a bean.
That's
No,
one of the
all
originals.
love, all love. OG, Pioneer.
Yeah, get off the court, old school.
I'm just saying,
man.
like, yeah.
We respect it, because, listen, they laid the foundation.
Real shit, yeah.
But I mean,
Yo could come to the game.
I like
watch.
new school shit. I'm not one of them motherfuckers that hate
Me too.
technology.
Me too.
Yeah. Listen, man,
Me
I
too.
like being able to order shit. You know, back then, we had AOL dial-up and you got to bang on the T. I like the way it is, man. It's pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's dope, man. So, Black Vanity. What's next for Black Vanity? What's the plans? Got any performances, new projects, new collaborations, new inspirations? What's going on?
All of that's coming, man. We try and get the events right this year. You get what I'm saying? We try and touch the people a little more.
Yeah.
Brunches, continue with Black Vanity Fridays.
Sundance, talk about that.
Shorts is he's big on listening parties, and like a lot of like unsigned artists don't really, even signed artists don't do that no more. But really just bringing the people together. God, my bad.
No.
But the Black Vanity Fridays is incredible. We gonna continue to build and grow on that. We want to start making like the runs on Sunday. We want to continue to develop that. And it's not that it's undeveloped. It's just like we want people to lock in more. So I wanted to talk about that because Shorts. So remember when I said. When Shorts and I got together, he kind of laid down these ground rules, and he didn't present them as ground rules, but he was lining me up, but in a positive way.
Of course.
Like just like, yo, maybe you do a little bit of this, and maybe you try a little of this, and then before you know it, you playing by this nigga's rules, and you like, yo, but you seen the results while you playing by his rules. So like, are you mad at him or you want to hug him?
Right
So one of the prerequisites was like, yo. Oak, you gaining a little weight, like get a little mile a day in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like get your little running a mile a day in. And you take that for granted because it's just a mile a day. 10 minutes if you jogging slow, 12 minutes, 15 minutes if you walking, 8 minutes if you got a little pace with you, you know what I'm saying? But it's from 15 to 8 minutes.
Man. You got a message for everything you do in life. This guy right here. So you gotta pay attention. He's like a walking fortune cookie.
So
I learned from one of the best though.
So
my pops put me on to all that shit.
Like I look at EYL and I'm so proud of what they doing and I'm so proud of their movement. And I'm constantly listening to their content, just pulling jewels and then but I was thinking about how a lot of what the game they given one of the challenges is you got to think long term to get the results from their game, and the game that he would be given, and I feel like now Black Vanity is given a lot of it is short term. You gain immediately.
Right now,
Yo, if you run a mile, and I'm not trying to compare us to EYL or nothing like that. I'm just saying like.
I got you.
But they're a great parallel for what we're.
The reason I bring that up is because I want more people.
Financially literate, we trying to redefine dope.
Absolutely, so every side got to do their part. That's all.
Yo, running that mile a day, it'll change so much for a person. You don't realize it. Like first off, if you run a mile a day, immediately you have to cut out bullshit. You start cutting out time for bullshit. Then you start losing weight. Then you start feeling better. Now your mind's working better. Now you a little bit more inclined to drink more water.
Invest in that Roth IRA, that EYL.
Now you got a little bit more energy to do something else. Because you feel better about yourself. So it's like, we like I said, going back to what we doing, we definitely trying to get the runs right, and we want to implement. Like we want to make it stronger. We really want to improve community. And as corny as that sounds, I don't think people understand that about Black Vanity. Like we really, and that's why like we want to be next to brothers like you. No matter where we go, like certain people, I'm bringing with because I know what their energy's about. And you can't fake it. You want people to do well.
I started catching on to you when you started saying, because I pay attention, man. You're not that type. It's substance, man. So I know, like I said, with my history, it could have easily been a one and done. Like I said, I took more risk for no results. Anytime you step outside and you indulge in some of these activities that are just frivolous and fruitless, then it's like, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen over here is I get 10 views and somebody say, oh, he's whack. Oh, that's it? No jail.
That's easy.
No getting that's like, oh shit, sign me up. So yeah, absolutely. We definitely got a lot more in common. This is why I had you brothers up here, because I learned different things dialoguing with different people, and I just know from the surface, look, I just knew this was gonna be a dope conversation, and I was gonna have more of a respect than I already had, and the respect is already through.
Feelings mutual, bro.
So now it's like, it's gonna be more reaching out, more listen, let's do this.
Yeah.
More let's collaborate.
Yeah.
More.
No. That's what it is. That's what it's about.
I'm looking at this.
That's what it's about.
Going because they have this force right here. These minds, we geniuses between the three of us.
No question.
It's inevitable. What could happen?
We could change a lot of things amongst the area. Around the world, but
start with home. Let's start with home.
Absolutely. And like I said, man, when it comes to like our culture and stuff, we got to learn how to. I say the word culture a lot, and it's starting to get annoying saying it. It is. But I'm speaking for our people right now.
Yeah.
Nothing's normal. I fuck with everybody right now. We got to learn how to simplify our happiness. And what I mean by that is, technically, right now we all on a quest to get. There's really no end game, really. To keep striving is the end game, but we really all striving for that moment, that big moment that changes our life. We all looking for that. If we focus on that every day, I just feel like eventually it'll make us miserable.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by simplifying our happiness. Like this episode might not get 1 million views, but this episode might draw it's gonna definitely draw attention.
Yo, this episode might get somebody to run 1 mile a day,
please,
and it's gonna change everything for
yourself,
them.
please.
So now you simplify your happiness. So it's something like, there's a nigga in a wheelchair right now praying for his legs.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize the significance of just something so simple until I lost mine. I lost my legs for 3 months. And it was like, that was one of the worst situations you take for granted, just getting up and walking around the house. It was like, damn. So I remember when I took those first couple steps.
You did?
Me? Yeah.
Word?
I think it was laid
so
up.
I went through a situation I told y'all.
I ain't know, but damn, bro.
Yeah, I got shot, bro.
But I ain't
2 years back.
I knew, but I didn't know the. Oh, wow.
My situation was crazy. Rest in peace to Michael Carlton, aka Killer.
Man.
It was so crazy. When I first flew back, I was in a wheelchair, and then I had a walker. So I seen him my second doctor's visit, and I saw him and the urologist, and the urology doctor. I'm like, what the fuck Killer doing there? And now I didn't really want to see nobody anyway, but I had to see him. And,
yeah.
I know me and Killer, I know him since I was young, so we chat. He's like, yo, I heard what happened, you good, this, that, and that. But I'm more concerned with, I got shot in the bladder, so I know why I'm here. What you doing here? Yeah. He's like, yeah, they gotta check me out, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And then, he ended up losing his life. Fuck cancer. He ended up losing his life. But yeah, I lost my leg, so I remember taking those first couple steps, and that was enough to get me off the edge. You know what I'm saying? I simplified it. I wasn't driving. I remember my first time driving, I'm on a Spring. That's my new favorite highway. Because I feel like when you go anywhere, when you on the way home, when you get to the Spring, you feel like you're home.
Yeah.
So it's just like, little shit like that, I started to hold on to. Like, you know what? Let me start working on being happy about doing things that's
small
normal
wins.
for me.
Small wins, man.
That's not normal for the next person. I know, like I said, there's somebody praying for their legs right now. I walked in here. I feel like God, He answered my prayers. So now I can't play with it. I can't abuse what I might deem as normal. I gotta move a certain way. So I feel like we gotta work on that, simplifying our happiness. And like you said, with the running, this therapy. There's no there's no stigma. There's no label to therapy. That don't mean you gotta go. Therapy can be anything. Writing, whatever you do, as long as it's constructive and not destructive, that continue to do so. So
the same endorphins you get from a like on Instagram, you get similar endorphins released from exercise and stuff like that, and eating chocolate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things of that nature. So,
unless it's exactly. But yeah, man, we got to get out of that. It's gonna be a lot more collaborations in the future, and I'm looking forward to checking y'all journey out.
Sorry to cut you, Spink. Speaking of collabs, we got the Black Vanity Runts coming. We doing a nice.
Shout outs to Cake Cats.
Yeah,
shout outs to Cake
We
Cats.
partnered up, released it on 420.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I definitely got a sample for you.
Okay,
I'm saying nothing for sale.
Yeah,
nothing for sale.
Nah. I respect that. What's it called again? Something. What?
Black Vanity Runts.
Ooh, that's fine.
Black Vanity Runts.
Yeah,
We out in all markets, man.
Yeah,
they got action figure hoodies.
Yeah.
They got Black Vanity Runs. They got they running a mile, take your big ass out there.
Yo, balance. That's what we. Really
What days do y'all run?
Sundays.
So they giving y'all a day because you
10 a.m.
got Friday, Sundays. He want to feed you alcohol. Let's figure out that.
Because it's about the balance.
And then Sunday we're gonna sweat it out.
That's it. Give you a day to break. rest up, you get what I'm saying, rehydrate, and then bam, we back at it Sundays, 10 a.m., run with the Vanity.
Before we wrap it up, I feel like we got the three of us. I want to talk a little bit about fatherhood. Because I feel like from our episode 3, you learned, you know, him and his father mended, you know, a little bit down the line. Now, he ain't wait too long. He got there.
10 years.
My pops died when I was 5. What about you? Was you raised with your father? Was your father in your life?
Nah, father wasn't in my life. I had great men that you know, had a positive impact on me, probably like 3 or 4 that are still mentors to me, and you know, I still not steal but take game from. And nah, my dad wasn't present in my life.
That's big. I feel like that's big on Black culture. You
it's
know,
crazy.
It's very. And I feel like
a plague.
The way we ended up turning out, it's amazing. Because I just
so fortunate, man.
You know, that's the only hood I'm worried about nowadays is fatherhood. You know, the block is cool. I love the communities. But fatherhood is the only hood, you know, I'm wrapped up in right now. Now that I am a father. Because I just feel like a father brings so much balance, especially raising a young man. Like, we young men, we was all outside. I bumped into all of y'all out there. I just feel like a father's tutelage, you can't replace it. A mom can't do it.
Nope.
You know, a grandma can't do it. You can have replicas, but it's just like, if we all had a choice, we want to be with our dads. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know, even a man, like when a man speaks, it's physically a different vibration that hits the kid's ears. So like, you take a man more serious. Like, God knew what he was doing, giving us that bass in our voice.
Of course.
And I work with kids. Kids need men more than anything, man.
Nowadays, a father is almost as sad as. I'm not big on man-made holidays. That's one.
Me either.
I'm definitely I like the day off from work. That's about it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty soon we gonna make our own days off. But with Father's Day and things of that nature, you know, that's like giving somebody praise for breathing. Yeah. Because these kids don't act. We create these kids, and it's so crazy how God set it up for us that it's effortlessly. You can create them effortlessly. Like, it takes you nothing. You can create a kid in 2 seconds, in and out. You spill a juice, and you know, you got a whole being at it. You got to take care of. So I just, you know, our culture, especially Black culture, because I feel like the white guys, they put themselves on child support and shit like that. So even if they're not around, it's like, yeah, bitch, take all my money. Yeah. You know, with us, you know, we doing these kids a huge disservice. As like what was done to me. Like I said, my pops, he made poor decisions. He left when I was 5, and I feel like I felt that a lot of my path, it was I got molded. I had a lot of different influences. I feel like a father cuts all that out. So I just want to get y'all opinion on, you know, what you think, some better ways for us as Black men, especially because y'all are in the entertainment business. Y'all rub shoulders with a lot of different people. Yeah, I've met a lot of different people, had a lot of different conversations, especially, well, both of y'all travel. What is something you think our culture needs as far as better ways to stay active as fathers? Because even though y'all are not fathers, but y'all are also victims of absent fathers. So, you know, what is something that you feel like from that standpoint you think would help?
I'm gonna say being a little bit more patient in the decision making process, because it's a lifetime commitment. So if the female, if she don't match up, if you already know you getting yourself into a headache where it could potentially push you, like it ain't gonna be about the kid, try not to do it. I know things happen and they say you can't plan it, but even like, let's say,
who's they though, you know?
Exactly. But let's just say things do happen and you do make a mistake, and now you got to stand on the decision you make. Like, try your best to make it about the kid and see past the differences you having with your significant other.
That's dope. Because y'all got a lot of influence, and a lot of people
And we need fathers. Like men need fathers,
Yes,
man.
girls need fathers. Everybody needs fathers.
100%. But I'm like I can only speak from a man. Like we need a father.
Yes, you do.
We need a father.
Yes, you do.
It's a different. A father is not a bonus.
A girl can kind of do her thing with a mother. You get what I'm saying? Not to say she don't need her father, but men need fathers. Like no question.
I think it's funny because I know I keep going back into this, but like I use the running. I keep referring to the running, and it's not just the running. It's systems, right? And you have to have systems in place to better yourself. Whether it's reading, whether it's watching documentaries, any form of education. Like everybody, like you don't got to go to school, you don't got to read, but like you have to educate yourself.
Too much information.
And you have to exercise and take care of yourself. And as long as you have those two systems in place, you're gonna be a better person, and you're gonna have more to offer. Because even if you are a present father, if you ain't got nothing to offer, you ain't got no game to give your kid. What are you here for? So and then if you do have game, you gonna want to be around more because you like I gotta give this mine. I gotta give. Like most of the deadbeat dads don't feel good about themselves.
Right.
Most of the dudes running away don't feel good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I really think those systems of educating yourself and health. Whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? Because if you feel healthy, you look good, you're going to have more confidence, you're going to want to be around, you're going to want people to see you.
Well, live long. You got
mental fitness, too. Like you said, we need more mental. This don't apply to y'all because y'all are both mentally sharp. But mental fitness, I just feel like a lot of, even certain guys I know who, our society, we judge character with success. So usually the guy with the most opportunity, the most money, that's the guy who we think is just, because that's why, like I said, we don't really dive too much into religion, but I just feel like we do ourselves, we find excuses. So something good will happen for a person, so they say, let's take a deadbeat. Because I'm also moms too, deadbeat parent, period. They'll have good things happen for them because, they might be, whatever their gift is, it might be fruitful for them. And then we'll say, oh, how is this person being blessed? No, it's not that this person is being blessed, in my opinion. It's just this person is good at something and found a way to make it lucrative. So at that point, we structuring a person's success around blessings, whereas though when bad things happen or we make bad decisions, we call that the devil. It's like, I just feel like those terms, blessings and the devil, it just makes an excuse for why a person is still doing good, even though they might be doing something bad to somebody else. So, as far as mental fitness, I just feel like it's. I don't know how. It's really hard for me to give like my regiment. Like I said, just simplifying the happiness and then realizing how much these kids need us. Every mom is not fit. Every dad is not fit. And then it wasn't made to be just one. That's why it takes two to create.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to get, kinky, or let me not use that word. Anytime, the same sex, they can't create. They got to go get up with a brother for land for him to get inseminated. It just, or they got to make it, in order to organically create, it takes a man and a woman. So you take one party out, the whole campaign is off. So that was a question I wanted to specifically ask us, because I know, we went through, some rough patches with the men who created us. I know you sealed the deal. Shout out to Big OG. I can definitely see you got a lot of your ways from your pops. I can see the mannerisms and even the business moves, that business savvy. As far as your pops got a background in the industry, like this is all just watching, knowing him over the years. Like this guy, I told you I was having Sweet 16. He was having release parties at 16 years old, Nights of Columbus. Shit, we was flipping it, fucking the parties up.
Crazy.
Those was investments, and yeah, man. To close it out, man. Final thoughts.
Sergio 3's out. My brother got a great project out right now.
Sergio 3.
Check that out. It's great storyline, really quality music, good feel good songs. So hopefully y'all check that out. We finished the B.O.B. Trilogy, but we definitely gonna get something else going with each other. I got a project called Anna coming out. Anna, or Angels Never Ascend, and then it's kind of like my version of Sergio, different, but like
female,
like female based. It starts with like my breakup,
female tone,
and then into like running the streets and just living.
Being
I'm gonna ask you to elaborate. I want to listen to it.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
I could tell.
So that, and then got like a almost like a trap project. It's called Ali. It's turned up beats, like kind of ignorant,
acronym.
like
Yeah, all legends inspire.
Yeah. So that's dope. And then Shorts and I.
These guys.
Yeah, no.
Look at that.
And then Shorts and I, we for 24, we looking to do like 4 to 5 collab projects. And I didn't really want to put it out there, but I'm gonna put it out there. I like putting it out there.
Put it in the uni.
I appreciate that. And you already in 24. This takes that is chess.
Yeah.
Thinking moves ahead. These guys are still thinking, about
Second
last
quarter,
year.
thinking about 24.
So there's like
what real niggas is doing.
there's like 3 or 4 artists we want to get with and do like 5, 6 songs.
That's tough.
And I think I don't think anybody's really done that quite. Like I don't know, maybe
I
like
haven't seen it. I've been around.
but we excited to do it just because there's people we make real good music with that we enjoy in their energy, and I feel like there's this Shorts was saying motion. There's this motion right now. There's this wave of positivity, and we just starting to understand who we really connect with more, and those are the people. Those are some of the artists.
And who y'all are, man. I'm not a fan of selling themselves short, man. Y'all, man, listen. Y'all is it, man. And that's coming. One thing about me, I ain't just
Nah. You don't
have to.
front.
And I'm a motherfucker who I know how to. I got these. I'm different. I really can see. Yeah. You just know the history and the stories back, because we got a lot of storks that just drop some of these motherfuckers off. now they rap, and now it's they got. It's I like the early days, before social media. You had to be there. You had to see people in the physical.
Yeah.
It wasn't none of this. It's till I guess MySpace, but that came late. Before we seen each other at parks, parties, malls, and you in a circle, and it's rap. Yo, Black Vanity, ladies and gentlemen, man. Love, man. I appreciate
Much love.
Appreciate you having us, man.
Much love, Brody.
Keep doing what you do. We love the platform.
I'm not
Much
going
support.
nowhere, man. They're going to have to, aim higher to get me out of here, man. I'm here.
I'm here for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. What 50 say he got hit with, I'm still breathing. Yeah, love, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you too, fam.
Signing out.